Hello again, Orion here with Orion's MLM Secrets and my video series MLM for Newbies, video number 3, Tips for Choosing a New MLM Company. Before I go into this, I just want to say that what I'm offering here is a kind of a strategic or logical approach to looking at some key elements of an MLM before making the choice to sign up with it. You may have other reasons or information of your own that influence your decision, so I just want to offer some thought on top of that. So some of the key elements that I want to offer up here are taking a look at the industry that the company is in, then the company itself and its leadership, the product or products that the company is offering, the nature of the compensation plan that the company operates on, and then the support tools or learning systems that the company offers to help ensure your success. So the industry, just take a look at the industry. Is it the health and wellness industry? Is it the telecommunications industry? Is it wholesale goods, as in I've seen everything from furniture to building supplies, you name it, in MLM companies? Or is it more of a service, like I said, telecom, travel? Travel, I think, is an up-and-coming big one with MLMs. And I think why I'm bringing this up is just a consideration. And this is my personal preference. I've done a lot of years of MLMs that sold a health product or a health and wellness based product. And I have to say that I felt that most of the time I spent, when I was talking to people, I spent most of my time educating people on why they needed the product. It, in most cases, was not something that people would just immediately get why they wanted. So consequently, there was that part of it, and then there was also the part in dealing with a physical product, tracking shipments, having stock sitting in my garage or the corner of my living room, things like that. Whereas with a service-based industry, you don't necessarily have all those same dynamics. You're not stocking a product, and then depending on the service, it may be something that people already very well know that they want, and so there's very little education that has to go on there, or I should say sales that has to go on there with trying to convince somebody why they need something. And I can think telecom and travel, I think, fall into that. People certainly understand that they want their cell phones, and even some would say need their cell phones, and so consequently the thought of a cheaper plan or a plan that gives you lots of free minutes and messaging and all that kind of stuff is very, very appealing. Likewise with the travel industry, you don't have to convince somebody why they want to travel. So take a look at the industry. Also look at whether or not the industry follows any particular demographic. And by that I mean, and the only example I can give of that is the travel industry. Most of the travel-based companies right now are coming into being because they're following the demographic of the baby boomers. Baby boomers are starting to turn to come into retirement now at I think the statistic is about 10,000 a day for the next 19 years. So there's a huge demographic that's opening up, and of course the baby boomers are wanting to travel. So there's a no-brainer there. So that's what I mean by a demographic. Consider if your particular company is falling in any demographic. Also consider whether or not the company is taking advantage of any fad that is up and coming. And one thing I want to caution about that is fads will ignite very rapidly. They will build very, very rapidly, and for people that get in early, there's the opportunity to really make some money. And likewise, they also stand a very good chance of burning out just as quickly. So just a warning about fads. They will come and they will go. They can make people a lot of money, but if you're looking for longevity, that might not be your best choice. And so as far as the product goes, I think I may have already kind of covered that in the discussion on industry. But I will say about products, in my honest opinion, the more products a company offers, the better. Because for me, when I'm presenting my business to somebody, I find that when I can offer more options, when I can offer somebody 2, 3, 4 different options on how they can become involved with the company, or ways that they can take advantage of the products of the company without doing the business. Some people want to do that. I think that that is a good positioning for you. I think that helps you out a lot. Let's see, anything else on products? No, I think for now I'll leave that one alone. Here's a big one, compensation plan. Now, you'll hear a lot of differing opinions on compensation plans. Some people feel that it's better to go wide, and by wide I mean you're the primary position and you might have 3 or 4 or 8 people below you on your first level, and maybe there's a limit to that, maybe there's not. And I don't know if there's any particular name for systems that go wide like that. My personal preference are the systems that are called binary trees, which is just what it sounds like, binary. You've got only 2 people below you, and then everything branches from there. My thought process on this is that better to go deep than wide. Knowing human nature and knowing the statistic of how many people will come into an MLM business and then not doing anything. I mean, that is actually a very high statistic. The further down you can build a leg, the more chance you have of having momentum within that leg and essentially creating strong legs, strong productive legs. That's my personal opinion. Really, here's something I want to say about, and this relates to the compensation plan, but also it kind of speaks to the business structure of the company itself. Here's something that you may or may not have heard, but if you dig deep enough in the policies or the compensation plan documents that a lot of the MLMs will make available, there's a little thing called max payout or a payout cap. And what that means is that the company's generating revenue, okay, through all of the reps that are out in the field and making money through however many different streams that particular compensation plan offers. Well, a max payout or a payout cap means that, and this is a percentage, it's a percentage that says that if in 1 month the company makes, let's just say $1 million, 65, 45, 40, whatever the figure is, that's the maximum amount of what is made that will be paid back out to the reps, back out to the business structure. The rest is held aside for operations, business operations, and essentially for sustainability. And sustainability is a key factor of what also determines that a company is not a pyramid scheme. I hear that word all the time, and one of the things about a pyramid is it's not made to be a sustainable thing. It's basically made to fleece people of their money and then get out and be gone. A legitimate company will have a payout cap, and I've seen payout caps as low as about 40%. I think 45, 50, 55 is pretty common. The highest I've seen is 65. So what this means is that the higher that payout cap means the more money the company is able to return to its representatives, to its people that are out there building the business. So what that means for you is you have a higher chance or a higher percentage of what you will be able to make back from this company. That's a very important piece to look at when you're looking at a company.